Hello everybody, this is Gavin speaking. Next we will learn the accessories series. And this is very common used and very important for our designers. Okay, for the accessories series we have several options. The first series for the only panels. And for example, the first one we just drag inside. This for the back panels to fix on the wall. And from here, this means the texture and the size information, and this one means the style options. The first one it means without style. Without style means this is just the square shape, and this one is the notch for the lower and the left, which means in this corner we cut the notch. We cut the notch, and from here we can set this cutting size. Suppose 200 by 200, and then the size will be changed. And from here, this for some other style. For example, this one is cut in the lower and the right side, just cutting in different positions. And here, this is for the back panel informations, back panel hardware informations. The first one means the wood screw, which means we use wood screw to fix this back panel to the wall. And the second one means here is no back panel screw, means without hardware. The translation is a little bit it's not very accuracy, means without hardware. And here I want to say is for all these panels is independent. That means we are not contact with some other cabinet or some other panels. The factory will not produce the connected home between these panels to some other panels or some other cabinet. So all these panels is freestanding, it's separate. And this is very important. All the designers should notice these issues. All these panels is separate. Factory will not produce the connected home in these panels. The second option is for another kind of the back panels. For these back panels, it's also similar, just the style is different. From here, we can change the style. Here is the 4 edges, the left, the right, the top, and the bottom. For example, here, the first option means the left and down. For this corner, we use the round shape. From here, we can select the radius of this round shape, for example 200. This is for the left and the up. The second one is for the left and the down. You can change the radius of these corners. Here is all the style informations of these panels. The next one is for the single side panels, like this way. This is all the informations, and here from here this all the styles. So our designers can just drag this pen inside, and from this style information try to change the style. The next is for the line shape, countertop back panels. So this one is also fixed on the wall. And from here it's all the size, the width, the depth, and also the thickness. And from here is extended information. It can left extend or right extend. This one for the computer wide covers, we can choose yes or without. If yes means for these panels, the factory will cut the home for the wire covers. And from here, this is the positions of these wire covers. And this is also the style of this back panels. For example, this one means the left and up, means for this corner we have the radius. This radius can be 100 or some other radius right here. So this is similar with the back panels. Next, for this countertop is also the line shape countertop. We call this line shape countertop to be clockwise. And from here it is all the size information. This is similar with some other panels. We just change the size and also change the style will be key. And because this is the countertop, so we can replace to some other type of countertop. So just right click and from here to be replaced. So here is all the available countertop. For example, can be solid wood, lacquer, PVC, and also can be cross stone. Suppose here we choose the lacquer. From here, this is all the lacquer countertop, and then OK. So now you can see this is all the style will be changed. Here is also the size and the style of this countertop. Our designers can just try by ourselves will be key. Because this countertop with the front edge and fore edge with the style, so here is another option is for the edge style. The first means that all the sides is visible. All sides visible means all the sides with the special with the countertop shapes. Front and back is visible. Suppose we choose this option, so that means only the front side and back side is visible. So the left side is just the flat design without any shape, without any style. Only the front and back is visible. So it's for the countertop. Here is for another countertop for the corner countertop. From here we can choose select the total size and also input the size of the left and the right, the depth of the left and the right. So the operation of this countertop is similar with some other panels. So here I don't have the detailed introduction about this countertops one by one. Next, for this cross stone, the backsplash. Actually, for this kind of backsplash is not very common use, and the material is for the cross stone. And right now the material only two colors is available. We can just right click and from the materials can find out only two available colors. Suppose we choose the black one and then OK. And for the backsplash, we can change the size of the wings and also change the size of the height. The maximum height is 150. So 150 this is the maximum height. Okay. This is for the cross stone backsplash. The next one is for the 80 mm back panel with 5 mm mirror. The back side is 80 mm back panel and the front side is for the 5 mm mirrors. And from the right side, this is all the information of these models, the texture and the size. This texture is for the back panel texture, and here this is for this the profile of these mirrors. Usually we just choose the first one is enough. Okay, the standard mirrors, and this one is the distance between the mirrors to the four edges of these back panels. For example, this is the top, the bottom, the left, and the right. Suppose the top gap we make to be 100 mm. Then we can see this gap to be 100. The left one we make it to 50, and the right one also 50. Then will be changed, and the bottom part to be 10 mm. So the gap will be changed. The top, bottom, left, and the right. And for this gap, the minimum size is 1 mm. 1 is for the minimum size, minimum gaps. And this one is for the back panel hardware informations. The first option means the with the screw, means the factory will send you some screw to fix this back panel to the wall. And the second option means without hardware, which means you don't need this hardware. And here I want to say is for this kind of models, we have some size restriction for this mirror. For example, we change the total size, the width to be 1.2 meter, the height to be 1.8 meter. Okay, now we can see there's some error remounting. This error remounting from here. So that means for the mirror, the size is from the width from 200 to 1 meter. The height is also from 200 to 1.6 meter. So we have some size restriction. This is because if the mirror size is over than this size, during transportation is very easy to damage. So that's why we suggest our designers to reduce the size of these mirrors. For example, here we change the size of the mirrors, just leaves more gap between the mirror to the four edges of these back panels. For example, the top gap we make to be 100, and the bottom part also make to be 100, like this, to 150, and left one to be 100. Still not enough, right? And the top make to be also 200, the bottom 200, left 200, the right then we became, because after we change the gap between the mirror to the edges of the back panel, then we'll reduce the size of these mirrors. For the oversized mirror will be very easy to damage during the transportations. So this for the 80 mm back panel with the mirror. For this kind of product, is also very common use for us. The next models is for the zero mirror separate. For this kind of product, it's only the mirrors with in the back side is without the back panels. So the thickness is only 5 mm, and here is the size. The same for the size, we also suggest from 200 to 1 meters. For example, the wings make to 1.2 meter, and the height also make to 1.8 meter. Then will be some errors. Okay, we must reduce this mirror size. Okay. Next is for some metal ornament. This for some small decorations. After we just drag inside, from here we can set in the total size of these models and then the texture of the back panels. From here, this is the distance from the certain point of this mirror to the edge of the back panel. For example, here we make to be 300, and then the distance will be changed. Okay, and the minimum size, the certain to the left side is 400. And for this metal ornament, the size of this mirror and also the style of this mirror is cannot change, because this mirror is a special mirror. We cannot change the size and the style. We only can change the positions. Okay, the next part is for the storage lattice frame. And for this frame, the thickness of the panel is 12 mm. The difference between this one and this one is for just the structure is different. We can just drag inside to see the difference. The first unit is the side panel cover the top and bottom panel, but the second unit is the side panel covered by the top panel and the bottom panel. This is more difference. The structure is different. And for this kind of storage cabinet, all the panel thickness is 12 mm. It's 12 mm because usually for the normal cabinet, the panel thickness is 18 or 25. Sometimes can be 36. For this 12 mm is only for the storage lattice frame. We can choose the 80 mm. And if you want to change the inside structure, just add the functional component. And from here, we can see all the available inside for the shelf and also for the divider panels. All these panels, the thickness is 12 mm. Okay, this is for the storage lattice. Next we go for the K04 handle. This kind of handle is also very common used. For the handle actually is fixed on the carcass, and usually is used for a handleless design. And for this part we will have another special topic to introduce this part, very detailed and very clear. So here we will not introduce it. Next part is the cushion part. For the cushion part, is usually fixed on the headboard or fixed on the stools. And from here we can select the style, the types, can be the car link and for some other style. And on each style we have several options. For example, for the color link, these are all the options for under the color link, and we just drag inside. And from the right side, we can change the size, the width, the depth, and also the thickness of this cushion part. And if you want to change the material, it's from here, right click the materials. This is all the available materials for this cushion part, 3 kind of colors. Then okay, the color will be changed automatically. Next we go for the hooks. This for some small accessories, some small hardware. We can just drag inside, and then we will see the difference. The difference between the first 2 units is, for the first one we just drag inside, this is for one piece for separate, and for the second unit is for the combination, is more than one piece. From here we can set in the total width, for example, to be 900, and from here we can set in the quantity of these hooks, can be 3 pieces or 4 pieces or 5 pieces, set in the quantity of these hooks. So because it's all these small accessories, we just drag inside will be okay, and we cannot change the size, also cannot change the materials. So if we need these hooks, just drag inside to fix on the panels or fix on the wall will be okay. This is not very difficult. Next we go to the anchor caster. This kind of hardware is just fixed on the bottom of the cabinet to support this cabinet. Here we have some made legs or some adjusted legs. We just drag inside and put under of the countertop, under of the cabinet will be okay. Next we go for the support shape ladder. From here we can find out several support shape ladder, and for this one is for a kind of hardware to fix on of the countertop, just as the metal legs. For example, this one we just drag inside. And usually for this hardware, because it's the standard size and standard style, so the size we cannot change it, and also the materials is cannot change it. And this hardware is also fixed on the countertop to design as the metal support legs. And for this kind of product is for the ladder, for the support ladder. Usually it's used for the bunk bed, but from our standard, from here the bed, and from here this cherry bed, this all the bunk beds. For this bunk bed, we already can see it's already with the ladders inside. So that means once we drag inside this kind of the bed, it's already automatically with the ladder inside. From here we can see this already with the ladders. So that means from here, from the accessories series, and the ladder, from this kind of ladder is suitable for some, is suitable for when we want all this ladder separate, then we can choose from here. When we want all these ladders separate, then we can choose from here. This is different with the bunk bed ladders. And next we go for the decorative shelf. For this kind of hardware is fixed inside of the cabinet or fixed under the countertops. So usually it's just for the decorations. So all this kind of hardware we just drag inside, and then the size is fixed, and also the colors is fixed. We cannot change it. So our designers, we can just drag inside and then combine with some other cabinet or some other models, or will be okay. These are all the small decoration shelves, just for decorations. Okay, the next series is for the home lighting system, and this part is also very important and common use for us. We already know that for the cabinet, we also can add some lighting system. For example, we add one cabinet from here. Just drag inside, and then right click to add functional component from here, and then functional accessories, and then this is for lighting system. So this is all the light, and from the accessory series and home light system. This also with the light. So what is the difference between these two kind of lighting systems? The first difference is if we choose the lighting system from the functional component, and from here we just drag this light inside, for example this LED light strip, and then this light will fix inside of this cabinet automatically. From here we can find out this light is come inside. But if you add the light from accessories from the home light system, and then we just drag inside, then we can see this light is fixed outside of this cabinet. So this is the first difference. If we choose the light from the home light system, this light is fixed outside. If you choose the light from the functional component, from here, from a functional component and the lighting system, then all of this light is fixed inside of the cabinet. Fixed inside of the cabinet. This is the first difference. The second difference is if we want to add some light from the functional component, then at the beginning we must first add the cabinet, then we can add the light inside. If without the cabinet, then we cannot add this functional component. But if the light from the accessories, the home light system, then all of this light can be exist independent. For example, here can just drag outside. So that means even without the cabinet, we still can choose this kind of light. So that means all this light can be exist independent, but for this light cannot, must combine with some other cabinet. This is the second difference. From here, besides some lighting system, we have some other small accessories. For example, this was the computer wire cover, the cable covers. If we need just drag outside, we became, and this one is for some other light, the box, and also for some socket. This for some small accessories. From page 2 is some other small accessories for lighting system. For all this kind of lighting system, we can add separate. We no need to add the cabinet. And the last part is for the others. From here, this for some other small accessories. Usually for this kind of accessories, the size is fixed. We cannot change the size. For example, this one, the wind horn. Wind horn, we just drag inside. We became. And we also can put this wind horn to fix on the side panels, just like this. And this is the whole back plate. It's for another small accessories, just fix on the wall or fix on some other back panels. And they will have some horn. And from here we can change the direction of the horn, can be horizontal or can be vertical. But the size is fixed. We cannot change the size. Here is for some other wire lattice frame. We just drag inside. Also, the size is fixed, and for the inside structure is also fixed. We cannot add some shelf or add some divider panel inside. This is fixed. Everything is fixed. We only can change the colors. Here is another type of the wire lattice frame. This for the stainless steel basin. This for the aluminum beam. This is for some other small hardware, small accessories. Usually for this kind of accessory, we do not use too much. Okay, so much for this part. Thank you.